Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard and Middle-earth after a hiatus here as I have been away. I was off in Kansas City last week for Middlemoot, which was awesome. I don't know if you caught our live reenactment of the attack on the Dell under Weathertop, which happened on the day of the attack, on the anniversary of the attack under Weathertop. But it was pretty much fun, I gotta tell you. So anyway, so that was really awesome. But Gryfflet is back. He, in the meantime, has been helping this faithful Rohirrim chap who is clearly doing some scholarly work here, which has something to do with a map which seems to be transfixed to the table by an arrow, which is... It is, yes, by an arrow. But anyway, so here Gryfflet's been helping with the maps because he's like, dude, I can tell you, I can update your Orthunk map for you over here, right? So anyway, it's been... He's been amusing himself with maps. Speaking of which, right, I don't know about you, but I still can't get over the Rovanification of the Eriador map, right? I just love this. Love it. Love it. Those of you who watch with me on Tuesday nights on the Signum U channel when I do my Exploring the Lord of the Rings class, the longest, most in-depth reading of the Lord of the Rings ever, and field trip time, I just stumbled across this. So I was just looking at the map to look at the relationship between the North Downs and the Lone Lands, and bam, here was the new map, and it was like the day of the patch, and I was like, whoa. So anyway, that was kind of amazing. Yeah, I'm not gonna say, Zach, that Gryfflet's investigation of the maps had any influence on the updating of the maps in the game, but it is an intriguing coincidence, I will agree. But anyway, okay, so here is Gryfflet. We're back here. We're at the Kuthstan here, and Rohan, and Gryfflet's trying to remember what he was doing. So he's supposed to... All right, this is the quest to the Limelight Gorge, which he was given by the guy who told him not to go to the Limelight Gorge. So we'll remember not to do that. We're supposed to... Oh, yeah, there was a dude who dropped something that we're supposed to look for. We're supposed to kill orcs and take their weapons. And we're supposed to... Oh, yes, there were vandals, right? The people who trashed the Kuthstan and lopped off Kirian's hand, which we're supposed to be coming through. And yes, excellent question and answer there, Druid's Fire. There will indeed be moot-related news. So we have, in fact, I can confirm 4 additional moots that we are adding next year. But I'm not going to tell you about them now. I'm going to tell you about them tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be really, really cool. Yeah, so that's 4 in addition to the 5 that we've already... No, the 4 we've already scheduled or has. We've had 2 already, Baymoot and Middlemoot in Kansas City last week. And we're having LA Moot in 2 weeks. So all of you Southern California people, get out there and register. It's just it's a simple 1-day conference right near LAX. It's not going to be too challenging. And anyway, it's going to be a great time. And the people who are organizing LA Moot have really cool big visions for what LA Moot could grow into. So if you come this year, you'll be able to get a chance to really kind of get in on the ground floor of helping us not only enjoying LA Moot this year, but thinking through what we want it to become in future years. So that'll be really cool. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna do LA Moot. That's in 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks from tomorrow, the 27th of October, and then Magnolia Moot down in the south, so down in Charlotte, North Carolina, on the 10th of November. Those two, both registration open. Definitely encourage you to sign up if you're in either of those 2 regions and can get there, because it's going to be a really great time. And then we have Tex Moot scheduled, and actually the registration is open for that already too, way in advance. And that's in January, on the 19th of January. And then, yeah, for the rest, mostly in the spring there of 2019, we have 4 other moots that we are now also planning. So really, really cool stuff there. So yeah, check out the check out those things. But the big thing is tomorrow I'm having our Signum University annual webathon, which is going to be a lot of fun, and I'll be talking about this as well as several other things from what's going on at Signum University, where we are in our credentialing process, the whole, like, everyone wants to know, like, so, like, what's the deal with accreditation, what's the plan and the schedule for that, and I'll talk about that as much as I am legally permitted to do tomorrow during the webathon. But it's not just going to be about news and announcements, even though we have lots of cool news and announcements, like the expansion of the Mythgard program and the release of more programming in the coming year than we've had before, and the diversification of our programming. Like, there's that, like, stuff that we're going to be talking about, but also we're going to be doing lots of really fun things. So in addition to cool teaching sessions, I'm going to do a teaching session, an in-depth teaching session on Tolkien's Fall of Arthur. So if you've ever wanted to get into the Fall of Arthur, I'm going to walk through the Fall of Arthur with you, so we can look at Tolkien's Arthurian vision there, and his poetic vision for the Fall of Arthur. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be talking about Doctor Who, because I've just been watching the classic Doctor Who, and I am totally blown away by the origins of Doctor Who back in the first and second and third Doctors, and where things started, and the development and growth of the Doctor Who mythos. So I'm going to be talking about that in one session. We're going to have a language teaching session. So you may know that Tolkien started and C.S. Lewis joined a group of people at Oxford called the Coal Biters, which were people who got together and did translations of Old Norse together. And we're going to do a little Coal Biter session in the webathon tomorrow. And we're going to have Paul Peterson, who is one of our language professors at Signum, who is going to come and do some Old Norse with us. So we're going to start with a fragment of Old Norse manuscript from the Poetic Eddas. In fact, it's going to be from the Fafnismal. It's going to be from the part of the Eddas, which is about it's going to be the talking dragon sequence, the sort of precursor to the conversation with Smaug. So we're gonna start with the fragment of Old Norse manuscript and work on translating this passage, so you'll get a sense of what it's like to work with Old Norse, and how you kind of work through it. It's going to be a totally introductory lesson, so no knowledge of Old Norse is required, and you'll get to see some of the fun that Tolkien found, of course, in reading Old Norse. So that's going to be cool. We're going to have a discussion on Sir Thomas Malory and the Inklings with Serena Higgins, the editor of The Inklings and King Arthur, the book that just won the Mythopoeic Scholarship Award this year. And of course, I'm going to there's going to be trivia and prizes and giveaways and all kinds of things all day long. And I'm going to do another little sort of mini Wigand marathon at the end. We're going to end the day with taking Wigand to Pelargir. So as you may remember in my other Lotro marathon that I did 2 weeks ago, I got Wigand up to the camp outside of Pelargir. We got through Dol Amroth. We did it. And I'm going to then going into Pelargir, we're going to do the epic battle in Pelargir, and as much after that, I'm pretty much, if I can wrap my head around Pelargir, I think that's probably the most I'm going to be able to do. But we'll see. Maybe I'll get past it and begin working towards Minas Tirith. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. So night has fallen over the valley here as I'm standing here next to the Rohirric soldier with one of my favorite names in the whole game, Nothelm. Yeah, who's that guy? Well, he's not Helm. That much we know. But I don't know much else, but that we know. Yeah, cool. So I think Wigan is going to be fine in Pelargir. He is a strapping young lad now. He's up to level 99. Oh man, he is burly and, well, I was going to say competent. Maybe that's a little bit too much. But anyway, so let's burst into action here already. You've been standing around the camp as we've been talking. I wanted to make sure to tell you guys about the exciting things that are coming up. But yeah, it's going to be fun. So that right now the schedule, so that the whole day starts at noon, and it's all going to be broadcast on the Twitch channel. And if you miss any of the sections, there will be a bunch of them. They'll all be posted on our YouTube channel. However, the schedule currently calls for me to begin my Lotro segment at about 8, which I'll probably do. It might not. There is a... Oh, now entering the Wimlight Gorge. Really? I'm going the wrong way. I guess I need to go back this way. Yeah, back to the Wailing Hills. Let's do that. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be starting at about 8-ish, probably a little bit after that, truth to tell. And that'll be good. So, yep. Because we've got a bunch of these more high scouts. Okay. Let's see. Aha! There's the lost trinket, and is that a Rohirric warrior's corpse? No. It's the corpse of 2 orcs around a backpack. But that sword... kinda nondescript. But I suspect that of being a Rohirric sword. Oh, there I am. Wasn't quite sure where I was there for a moment. Okay. All right, very good. Oh, and this seems to be their camp down there. I wonder if their camp is at all interesting. Let's see. They brought a few totems with them. Do I have to get sentries? Yes, I do. Let's see. Hang on. Where's my pickpocket? No, that's contact peddler. Oh, there it is. I burgled... Whoa! I burgled a legendary item off that guy. A Runekeeper's Stone of the Third Age? Get out! I have never burgled a legendary item before. Wow. That's intense. Okay. All right. Let's see. What do Ravagers carry in their pockets? So Sentries have legendary runestones, huh? Let's see. Ravagers have nothing. Freed from the clutches of material objects and the desire for material gain, Ravagers just focus on ravaging things. Whereas Sentries, they are loaded. Let's see. Let's see. Now, I guess the other one really stole the whole Sentry kitty there. Is that a chainmail loincloth? Really? Like a scale mail loincloth. Whoa. Okay, it's a little closer to your groin than I was really meaning to go there, Mr. Sentry. Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you. Right. I mean, I wanted to look at, you know, your armed loincloth, which is kind of remarkable, but I didn't want to look at it that closely. I have no idea, Phil, why they say Nazgul all the time. It's a little strange, honestly. Oh, I like how my swords appear to be floating in the air by themselves. Everything is stealthed about me but my weapons. Okay, oh, what can I steal from him asleep? Hang on. Let's see. Oh, no. Nothing. Oh, well. Okay. All right. So I'm collecting weapons anyway, and I still need what? I got 2 sentries. Did one of them not count? Huh. Okay. Sentries and skirmishers I need specifically. Oh, good. I got both of them over there. Okay. All right. Yeah, Sam, you're absolutely right. I am very glad that I didn't have the opportunity to accidentally hit headbutt there. That is way too much of an already questionable thing. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking at my lore questions before I launch into further combat here. Let's Gryfflet, stealth yourself here while I'm looking at this. Okay. Ethelot, a question you asked a little while back. Thorondor is the greatest of all eagles with a wingspan of 30 fathoms. Could Gwaihir, swiftest of all eagles, beat Thorondor? I think not. I mean, seriously? You can't fit in between there? Okay. I was going to say, Gryfflet needs to pare down a little in that case. Okay, so when Gwaihir is called the swiftest of the eagles, I don't honestly think that like Thorondor is meant to be included in the list of like eagles than whom he is swifter. Thorondor is kind of an exception. I think that when Gwaihir is called that, he's being, compared to the other eagles, like of the eagles currently in Middle-earth, essentially. Seems to me to be the kind of unspoken qualifier, of that statement. I don't think it necessarily means that he's the fastest eagle that has ever been among eagles. Again, Thorondor was the greatest of all the eagles. He's like, Thorondor is to the eagles as Treebeard is to the Ents. So, I think the idea that Gwaihir would surpass Thorondor is, I think, crazy. It's possible that he could be smaller but swifter, but again, I doubt it.
The
Hey,
Rohirrim will
Magla.
need your aid.
Did your Sergeant Lambert send me? Not after you, I don't think. But, glad to find you and everything. So wait, what happens? Oh, release him. Yeah. I thought that this was glowing because it wanted me to look more closely at the bound post, which is also clearly a totem, which has, but not wolf heads. It's got a deer skull. Do I have to protect you, or are you good? You're just running? Are you going to fade out there? Okay, you're done. Good. Good. Quite glad I didn't have to defend you, actually. Huh. So did they just decorate this with their... Oops. Oh, he almost appeared again. Close up, it's harder to see them. I'm trying to just tell whether those are designs or pictures. Like actual images of creatures and things. Right. No, you guys, you've got it exactly correct there. Tafida Bear says, we can see who the deer are in league with, right? And Zach, it is possible that they're trying to tap into the strength, speed, and pure savagery of the local deer in order to draw their essence into themselves. Maybe that's what makes the orcs around here so fearsome, is that they are modeling themselves on the local deer. That makes all kinds of sense. Makes all kinds of sense. I don't know, Taffet. It's possible that the deer are actually in league with the Ninkhai here. But of course, you could take it the other way around. Again, that this could be sort of a hostile takeover, right? That the deer have been sort of the alpha. I was going to say alpha predators, but that doesn't quite fit, does it? It's going to. Yeah, but they've clearly been the top of the heap, right? As far as combat is concerned in this whole region, and so maybe this is the Ninkai attempting to usurp that place or draw upon their spirit, right? So it might not be an absolute alliance between the two of them. Okay, let's see. What am I doing? More sentries, and I need at least one more skirmisher. So this chap will do. Hey, stand still, would you please? And oh, nothing. Okay, I clearly have used up all my pocket picking mojo there on that first one. Okay. All right, I just need a sentry, and do I have enough weapons? I do. Hey, look at that. Okay, so I just need another sentry. I will work my way up towards there. The alpha prey. Yeah, something like that. Oh, yes, Boomful, there is a carnivorous deer in the monster manual. It's not a pure blood deer, but yeah, no, that's actually a thing. Oh, it's a more high sentry. It was the wrong sentry. That was the one that I stole the LI off of. So no, all the Ninkai are apparently completely poor, right? It's the Morhai who are really loaded. Let's see. Oh, hang on. Stop. Gryfflet. I was about to pick his pocket, but then I'm like, you know, in retrospect, I don't think I do want to pick the pocket of somebody wearing a loincloth. Just saying, I think, let's not go there. Yeah. Okay. A periton? Is that what it's called? The carnivorous deer. I think it's called a periton. P-E-R-Y-T-O-N. Possibly. It's in the primary monster manual. I'm sure of that. Yeah, it is that flying deer / harpy thing. Yeah, exactly. But it's got the stag's horns, and it looks very deer-like. It's not a full-blood deer, but it's not a regular deer. But yeah. That's the one I was thinking of. Hey, look, Magla, you made it. Great job. So glad I didn't have to protect you. I mean, I would have done so anyway, and it would be fine, but yeah, not original to D&D. Oh, no, very few of them are, right?
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
And by the way, I finally have reached the point where I'm like, all right, I refuse. Like, I don't care, Gary Gyjax or, Ghost of Gary Gyjax. I'm not going to spell warg with an O. I'm just not going to do it. Like, you can't make me. Okay, like, I get it that you're trying to avoid, trademark issues, but I am not spelling warg with an O. Like, you can't make me. Anyway, okay. Good fortune has graced you. Yeah, absolutely it did, and I helped you also. Treants. I can live with treants, Boomful, more than I can live with wargs with an O. I gotta tell you. Yeah. Yep. Okay, let's see. Sorry. He has a thought. Sorry. Magla has a thought. Let's listen to his thought. Lambert had not sent... No, I didn't want to mention that because I want to make you feel bad. Yeah. Did he become alarmed when you failed to return from scouting duty? Bolder do the orcs become with each passing day. That's nice. That's a nice syntactic construction there, Magla. Very Rohirric. And still he considers them not a threat. Perhaps Oda was right. Oh, so Lambert, you're questioning Lambert, are you? Lambert, right. It's not your concern. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be part of the overall Stanric Sithric thing, right? Hey, Lambert, you're not like you're a sergeant of Stangard. You're not a follower of Sithric, are you? Just out of curiosity.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Okay, well, you had me actually constructively help get weapons, so that seems like a non-Sithric-ish thing to do. Unless getting orc arms is part of the plot.
What brings you to these lands?
The blow I have dealt these orcs is sure to have left them reeling. Oh, yeah, they were really on their heels when I left. Okay.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
I've done good deeds. Great. The orcs responsible for the desecration of our monument must regret their actions. Wait, no. So you mean on this day they must regret their actions? Or they must regret their actions that they did on this day? Like, did they regret to... A sort of a confusing modifier there, Lambert. Okay. They'll soon retreat back to the mountains, you think? Your camp will remain vigilant, okay, until you receive new orders. Oh, but my work here is done. Really? Am I supposed to just go back to Stangard then? Well, I got to talk to other folks here. Hey, Ithamar, found your thing. Yeah, there's your thing.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
You were allowed very few personal comforts, making the loss of my keepsake even more difficult to endure. All right. Totally fair.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Okay, the weapons which the orcs carry, are they not suspicious? In what sense? Many are the orcs I have encountered, but only as of late have I seen blades of such craft, sharper and sturdier. Are you still trying to figure out that it's from Isengard? Is it because you don't realize that they're in alliance with Isengard? Is that what you're sort of stumbling to there, Ithmar? Hey, Nothelm has a quest for me. I got to talk to Nothelm. All right. I see you guys are still talking about D&D monsters here. Okay. All right, not Helm.
Our mission is dire.
Oh, you don't wish to speak ill of your sergeant, but he seems to be ignorant of the potential dangers. I thought he sounded a little overconfident myself. Guards and scouts have gone missing. Not once has Lambert sent out a search party. Yeah, that was embarrassing. He believes them to be deserters, or he devises other excuses. Other men out there? Okay. All right, yeah, that sounds troubling. Oh, wow. Oh, and Hirad.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Okay. Yeah, Boomful, there does need to be a grave dude. The grave dudes are way cooler than the whites, the D&D whites. Though I have to tell you, Boomful, I bet the whites union has been furious and up in arms ever since the undead level draining got nerfed in 5th edition, right? You know, I bet the undead in general can all get together and agree on that. Okay. I plan on leaving so soon. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying my company. Otta was a member of your company until he and Lambert had some sort of disagreement. Oh, do I get to find Otta and hear about the disagreement? All right, what gives?
Our mission is dire.
Okay. They're acting as nervous and queer as that old fool Otta. He packed his gear and left us a few days ago. He mentioned going to observe the road to the south. Okay. Let's see what Otta is up to. Okay. Oh, is that... Okay, that's Helm who's back at Stangard now. Okay. That's fine. Rosie, don't feel bad if you never played D&D. I know we're kind of overwhelming you with D&D references here. It is how I got in. Not how I got into geekdom. I already was, but yeah, I've been playing D&D since I was... It was high school. It was 9th grade that I got introduced to D&D by a high school friend. But I was drawn to it from when I first heard of it. That must be the odd one himself. Let's see. Where's my jumping thing? There it is. All right, Oda. Hey, so this is cozy. Your own little encampment here. I like that you have your log rolled up here next to the fire. A little surprised that those orcs down there are leaving you alone, but you're pretty intimidating.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I take it you have already heard about you. Yes. I'm sorry about leaving Lambert's camp, but I refuse to let these orcs carry on their plans unwatched. Okay. You observed my boldness? Well, if you saw me picking pockets, then I didn't do a very good job.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Oh, JJ says she found out about it by a college roommate loaning me a copy of Neverwinter Nights. Okay. Neverwinter Nights. The video game version, right? Oh, man. Still possibly my number one, certainly top 3 favorite video games ever. Neverwinter Nights was. Loved that. Love that. Okay. So you've been watching comings and goings. All right, tell me what's going on here. They broke off from a larger group dwelling in the Misty Mountains, and they now call themselves the Ninkhai. The Ninkhai have a few chieftains, so they've just moved in. This is not a squad deployed by Saruman. They've just kind of... They're neighbors now. Okay. A few chieftains. You need to watch the path to Stangard. You want me to deal with the chieftains. So there's just chieftains all over the place, like bunches of chieftains. Oh, wait, hang on. We got more here.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
There's more to them than meets the eye. Right, the swords, okay. Right. The weapons and supplies are being transported here from afar through hidden passages under the Misty Mountains. So where? Where? They have gathered great catches of tools and foods. Who's sending them swords from under the Misty Mountains? I mean, not Saruman. Not from over the mountains. Through the gap, yeah, sure. But passages hidden under the Misty Mountains? From dwarves? From the orcs of Moria who have taken them from dwarves? Anyway, set fire to their supplies. I can do it. Do you need me to throw their axes in a pond? I'm good at that. I can totally do that too. Okay. It's the Ninkhai, not the Morhai, that we're going for here. The Globsnaga. Maybe. I don't remember the Globsnaga being craftsmen, though. I thought they just mostly ran around and moaned all the time. Venom bite creeper. Oh, it's a spider. Okay, sure. that's a cliff. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Boomful. I remember Zork. I loved Zork. But boy, was that a frustrating game. Oh my goodness. The hours of my life, the hours of my childhood that I spent trying to find the correct verb-noun combination in Zork. Holy cow. Okay, so I saw a chieftain before and I ran away from him. Let me check the other parts of the camp here. They're probably roving around. They're more of these guys that embarrassing. Oh, here's one. Let's see. Here we go. What you got? Oh, man. You detected me. Okay. Do pink shoulder guards make you a chieftain, or is that just something that they give to chieftains? Seems to be standard issue. Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, well. Maybe you... Did they steal those from some Earthkin? You know, I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. That was 2 chieftains. What else do I need? Oh, burn their supplies. Probably in a camp. Like as it might be this one. Supplies, huh? We got a battle buggy here. Hey, look, I just got ambushed by a chieftain. Would you mind coming over here? It's just so we don't get ambushed by too many more people. That's nice. Good job. Thank you, guys. Okay. Well, that skirmisher way over there is shooting at me? Oh, come on. I'm not going to go over there after you. You're going to have to come over here. Okay, so I got the chieftains. Where are the supplies? Not there? There you are. Okay. Alright. Oh, and the chieftain respawned. Because of course he did. Alright, let's see if I can do another lore question. Okay. I don't see any... Wait! Oh, no, that's a backpack. Pick that up, but I'm looking for supplies. I'm not seeing supplies. Okay, let's see. I'm keep going. Ooh. A bridle. Those can be handy. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. JJ had asked a while back, is dragon meat edible, or are all dragon carcasses avoided like Smaugs? Well, we don't have so very many... Okay, I only need to find one catch of supplies and burn them? How hard can that be? Ooh, what is this? Ooh. Whoa, It's a crucified somebody. I've never seen orcs crucify somebody. What is it? A man? Is this a crucified human? Or is it another orc? Whoa. I'm not sure. Oh, and they have the shield offset. Wow. Huh. That's really kind of interesting. Oh, I'm near a supply store. So I'm getting warmer. Where is it? Over here? Is it this tent over here? I'm getting warmer. What do they have? Meat with flies buzzing around it and some kind of yellow thing. Much of that is a grain? I don't know. Set fire to things. Oh, that's what I'm meant to set fire to? I thought it was the barrels. Hey, I was able to do that without unstealthing. Sweet. Excuse me, Mr. Sentry. Don't look round. Oh, you looked round. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I was just doing... So, is dragon meat edible? We only have the one precedent, right? The only precedent we have is Smaug. And of course, they do avoid his carcass. That was, by the way, my favorite question that was asked by one of our middle schoolers. So when we did the Hobbit camp last summer, there was a girl who asked exactly that question because, of course, we're told that many people starved to death that winter, because the lakemen don't have that much in the way of supplies after their town is destroyed. And so she's like, why did they starve to death when there's a perfectly good dragon right there? And I'm like, that had literally never occurred to me. I had never imagined diving down and then carving up the dragon for steaks. But apparently they didn't want to do that. I don't have any reason to think that anyone has ever eaten dragon. There's only one totally irrelevant piece of information I can think of in conjunction with this. Well, I say totally irrelevant. It might not be totally irrelevant. I say irrelevant originally because it's not from Tolkien, right? But if you remember in the Chronicles of Narnia, in the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, Eustace the dragon eats the other dragon. And Lewis mentions in particular that there's nothing that a dragon likes to eat so much as fresh dragon, right? So the consumption of dragon meat is, in Lewis's construction there, a particularly dragonish thing to do. We do get the drinking of dragon blood, or even the bathing in dragon blood, but in Arwen that's clearly different. And although Tolkien did consider integrating that, in the very first draft, Bilbo gets doused in the blood of Smaug and is actually heartened. Like, he actually toyed with the idea of having Bilbo himself physically changed like Sigurd or Siegfried, when by the blood of Smaug, right? So he was going to come home like invulnerable to weapons or something like that, right? And Phil, you're right. Sorry. Throat issue. You're right about eating a dragon's heart, allowing you to understand the language of creatures. But that's different, right? That's not just consuming their meat. That's eating its heart. Totally different thing. Yeah, the reason I bring up the Chronicles of Narnia, first of all, you always need to be very cautious doing that. You know, there are always people who will like want to quote C.S. Lewis in order to back up a point that they're trying to make about Tolkien, and you can't ever do that. The reason I raise it, though, is that there certainly are moments when they're dealing with different, similar kind of ideas, but coming at it from different ways. And that scene in particular with Eustace and the dragon is one where you can definitely see them dealing with a similar mythic background, right? The idea that if you sleep on a dragon's hoard with dragonish thoughts in your heart, you become a dragon. That's Fafnir, right? So the idea of that, Tolkien's concept is very similar. I mean, the concept of the dragon sickness in The Hobbit is, again, it's not articulated in the same way. Lewis, in a sense, kind of simplifies it, but anyway, it's the same, in some ways, the same kind of core concept. So I bring up that one because it's a moment where we can see some kind of deep similarities between what Tolkien does and what Lewis does in that moment. But it's still not evidence because it's not from Tolkien. But it's enough to make me kind of suspicious that good guys don't eat dragons. Like, it's just not what you do. That eating a dragon is kind of a dragonish thing to do. And so it doesn't surprise me that they won't even go near his corpse, right? That's the positive. That's the good reaction. If you were to come across Smaug's corpse and be like, "It's good eating on a dragon," then probably your attitude is questionable. Anyway. Yeah, see, Sam, there is the issue of eating other intelligent, speaking beings, but that seems to me less relevant, really. No, let me, Sam, say that a different way. I don't know of any positive evidence in Tolkien that is applied. I can't think of any other case where there's been any aversion to eating an animal because of its level of intelligence. Exactly. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but yeah. See, exactly. Well, JJ, again, the reason I was bringing up that moment in the Dawn Treader is that it's not a question of the two of them being identical, but the two of them, that is Lewis in that moment and Tolkien at many moments, looking at the same thing. That is, looking at the same Norse dragon myths, basically. And so just because an element of Norse mythology, of the sort of source mythology isn't explicitly brought in Tolkien's world, doesn't mean that it's not applicable, right? It doesn't, you can't prove that it is, but it doesn't prove, the absence of the reference to it doesn't prove that it's not. And Erokeb, I agree that the Glaurung evidence, well, again, there's Glaurung evidence about, for instance, as you mentioned, the blood, right? Glaurung's blood burns Turin's hand. It doesn't make, he doesn't get like Sigurd, right? He doesn't make him invulnerable. So yes, that's different, right? None of them, they don't eat him either, right? The woodmen don't eat Glaurung either. They just burn his corpse alive. So again, we see the corpse of the dragon treated with some kind of aversion. But again, the mere fact that, the woodmen are under some peculiar circumstances right there at the end of the story of Turin Turambar, right? So the fact that the first impulse of the woodmen who have just lost their leader and they've lost Niniel and they've lost Brandir and, the fact that they don't come onto the scene and be like, okay, get your cleaver out. It's time to carve some steaks. Like, it's not, that doesn't seem to me to prove anything necessarily. But did I say they burned the corpse alive? That's not exactly what I meant, of course. They burned it whole is what I meant. That's sorry. That's what I meant. Anyway, okay, sorry. So, yeah, slew some chieftains.
Dire.
Okay, you think they're going to be lost now? All right.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Hey, maybe we'll drive them back without their supplies. Who knows? Okay.
The Rohirrim have
Something
need of your
disturbing. The
services.
source of the Ninkhai's supplies. Saruman the White. Well, why are they getting them from tunnels under the mountains then? I was thinking hard about that. Oda, whoever you are. You caught sight of an emissary of Isengard conversing with the Ninkhai. Okay. A hand from the Kuthstan has gone missing. Aha. See, look, all this is spelled out, and I totally missed it. I am super dense sometimes. Okay. Evidence of the location of the Uruk-hai. Oh, the emissary. Bring him before Stanric for questioning. All right. Let us search here. He is down this way. All right. Let's see. So there's the camp again. Come at this camp from a different angle because I haven't seen any White Hand emissaries. Don't remember seeing any evidence either. Is there anything down there? How did they get up on that platform? There's no stairs. Why do they have a fence there? They're defending the camp from this direction? From the other camp? Let's see. I don't remember anything in this little camp either. There's a backpack there, but I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Oh, a note. Hang on. Several notes. No. That's the same note. Who is this? Oh, you were just asleep. I thought you were dead. This is where the chieftain takes a nap? Were you reading the scribbled note? Loincloth, pouches, and shoulder guards. I love people who protect their shoulders and leave their abdomen completely unguarded. I think it's a fine strategy, and don't let anybody tell you differently. All right, what's in the note? Oh, dude, are you guys talking about the Harry Dresden TV show? Okay, wait. Note reveals the emissary may be found to the east along the river. Okay. The Dresden Files TV show was really bad. Really bad. Yeah, what ALJ? Are those initial? So, so Bookworm. It was funny. I actually brought that up when I interviewed Jim Butcher once, and we were talking about the show, and he was very polite. He wasn't dissing it, though he admitted it was not excellent. And I made that same complaint too. I'm like, I couldn't even start, because he's not only not tall, he's like actively short. And they were like, well, there aren't that many, he was saying there aren't that many, 6'7" actors out there that you could cast. And I'm like, well, okay, yeah, sure, maybe, but that's just like the tip of the iceberg. Like, the casting was terrible, the sort of story concept, which I strongly disliked it. As an adaptation, I strongly disliked it. It looked like they were just looking for I guess, had I come at it completely objectively, like had I come at it without ever having... Okay, I'm going the right way, aren't I? My quest arrow isn't bringing me back towards a horn, is it? Okay. Had I come at it only with the perspective of like somebody looking for an interesting fantasy TV show, maybe I would have liked it. I don't really know for sure if that would have been the case. But coming at it as somebody who really enjoys the Dresden Files and has read them many, many times, I really disliked it. I thought it was a crummy adaptation. I'd kind of have to see it again now to see if I still think that, but that was definitely my impression. I was like, there was almost nothing I felt that they did well. See, I hated Bob too. Like, I thought what they did with Bob was dumb. There was like literally no character I appreciated, like, or that I thought they were appreciating from the book. It was just, there was very little about it that I thought was redeeming. Again, not necessarily saying, it's not like the Hobbit films. It's not like it was just a complete train wreck from one end to the next. Again, I'm not saying that it was necessarily a terrible show, but as adaptation, I just didn't feel that it had much to recommend it. It didn't seem to be... It didn't strike me at any point, really, as an adaptation that cared much about the original, basically. I don't know. Yeah, see, if you had not read the books when you saw it, I think that would have been an advantage. Like I said, I don't know what I would have thought had I come to it and just been like, oh, hey, look, a fantasy TV series. Maybe this will be interesting. Maybe I'd have liked it if that had been the case. But, I was looking for certain things, right? I was looking for the, and I got like none of them. So yeah, no, I found that an almost universally disappointing adaptation. But am I a fan of the Harry Potter films? Well, I don't know if I'd say fan. I don't hate them. They're okay. Some of them are better than others. Yeah. Yeah, Phil, I've heard some stories about what was going on behind the scenes there with the Dresden Files show. I don't know. Look, I'm willing to believe that, there were people who were really trying to do their best and it got messed up by the execs. That's a narrative I can get behind. But I don't know. For me, I don't know. I'm always kind of less interested in those kinds of stories. I am less interested in how it came to be bad than like the ways in which it is bad, basically. I don't like generally thinking through how did this come to be, and I am much more interested in what is it, right? Just kind of taking it like I don't care who wrote it. I don't care the circumstances of their writing it. I'm just interested to see what it is and compare it. But yeah. Yeah. No, I don't feel like I get like Jim Butcher has told me personally. Like I was in conversation with Jim Butcher and he told me that they were doing their best. I mean, he was very generous. I felt he was being kind. I was much more willing to say scathing things than he was, and I totally understand why. If I had been him, I'm sure I would have. I hope I would have tried to do exactly the same thing. No good for him being out there dissing on folks, but anyway, yeah. Maybe it would have rectified itself, but see, again, I don't know. Like I felt that maybe they were trying hard, but if they were, then I think they're kind of tone deaf. I don't know. I felt that there was very little about the books that they got right, that they really captured. Like I said, maybe I need to give it another chance. Maybe I won't have to. Maybe maybe Fox will actually develop the one that they've reputedly optioned. I know Jim Butcher has said, "Don't believe everything you read on the internet." But I don't know what that if he's guarding against people jumping to conclusions because it's not set yet. The news was only that it had been optioned. So that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen. So maybe he was just counseling against that. Maybe it's not true entirely. Who knows? But yeah. Anyway, I don't know, Phil. I didn't find it fun. But again, who knows? It's been many years since I gave it a shot. Maybe I should cut it some slack. Okay, Dargum, was trying to avoid your midriff. Really, I was standing off at a distance because that seemed best. Here, yeah. Here we go. I'll leave this here in the middle. There we go. There's a kind of modesty shield for you there. That's good. I found you? What, were you hiding? Oh, you've got the less than sign on your forehead. I love the orcs with the less than sign on their forehead. I still think that's like a wizardly joke. Wow. Okay. Here, I'm going to scroll back if that's okay with you. All right. That's good. I'm lucky if a what? A hand is all you take from me? Really? Let's see. Let's see if I can contrive to blind you with a trick. I doubt it. Nope. You submit. Huh. Ropes, huh? I'm going to expand this back again. Having these small is going to drive me crazy. Okay. I'm going to tie you up and take you prisoner and march you across the country, because that usually turns out well in my experience. Okay. I can constrain him and take him safely before the leaders of Stangard for them to evaluate the situation. Right. Okay. No, I did use the rope. I tried. Anyway, okay. Ooh. Oh, good. I don't have to actually run across the countryside with a chained-up orc.
You Vandal to Stangard, where Garda has brought him before Stanrik and Sithrik to await judgment.
Ooh, is he over there? Let's see. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hey, yes, I caught this chap, Stanrik. Here he is. Not really tied up anymore. Which seems an oversight, frankly. I went to some labor to acquire those ropes. Okay, not that much. They were just lying there, really, but... Okay, Gryfflet, you're not doing a good job of table hopping here today. Hi, Otta.
Our mission is dire.
Okay. Right. Expose the betrayal that besets us. Really? Well, I mean, you mean Isengard. Right. Okay. Okay, let's discuss the matters at hand. Is that a Kuthstan joke?
What brings you to these lands?
Okay, you must commend me. Well, I don't know. Is he responsible for the damage to the Kuthstan? I guess he is. Okay, the exposure is most shocking. Saruman may now be our enemy and is enlisting orcs from the Misty Mountains. Well, since I was an eyewitness of the death of Theodred, I can pretty much, I have some evidence here. All right, Sithric, what do you have to say to this?
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
You would have me believe the White Wizard himself is now our enemy. Nothing more than the Uruk-hai's cunning ploy. He wants us to consider Saruman a traitor. Okay. How they would laugh. Okay. An ill-conceived ruse. Why you need me to see through trickery such as this? Send him back to his dark hole? Okay, what's the message? Stangard is strong and it is wise. We will not succumb to sword nor scheme. Okay, sending the orc back, gotta. How about that? I was thinking that the message has got to be a coded message for Saruman, right? Does it suggest that? Because of course, this was one question that I've had from the beginning, right? Is that Sithric? The question is, how much in the know, right? Is Sithric? Does he? Is he in active collaboration with Isengard, or is he just duped by Wormtongue, right? So that he thinks he's convinced he's doing what's best. So he would be, in that case, still a traitor to the king, ultimately, right? Because he would have to know that Grima was conspiring against the king, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he would see himself as an enemy of Rohan, and that he would be in alliance to Saruman, or maybe he is in alliance with Saruman, but still thinks that maybe he's been duped by Saruman, and sort of taken in by his voice. Yeah, that's very interesting. I'm not sure. It still could go either way, really. No, I think his release of the orc suggests that he is a knowing collaborator with the enemy. Yeah, exactly. Boomful says, does he know where he is on the real org chart? Yeah, that's not clear to me.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
This Uruk-hai has seen the layout of our city, our lack of supplies, and the conflicts in our leadership. Yeah. It does sound like a bad plan. Oh. And here we are, apparently.
What brings you to these lands?
While Sithric places no value in your deeds, they've not been underappreciated. That's great. Although it is not the result Gada had sought. Okay. Gada has been asked to remain silent on the matter, so I will thank you on his behalf. That's great. Alright. Uruk Catcher's jacket. Is this an attractive jacket? It's not bad. Not bad. Let's see. Let's say the jacket of the lazy soldier. It's the same. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm not going to wear it. Whoa. Not sure about that.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Early is the hour in which you return to Stangard. Is it? I welcome your presence here, as does Gada, but there are further matters which need attention in the Wailing Hills. Okay. There's a small camp, Frithston. They keep watch over the western roads. Frithston sends a patrol to Stangard. Okay. Sure. I will visit that other camp. See if there is more good that I can do. Oh, hang on. Here's Horn and... Hey there, Horn.
It is clear that you have been sent to help my people fight against the Kundalar.
Right, to help your people fight against the Kundalar. They are descendants of the Easterling tribes that crossed the Great River. Great. They seek to accomplish what their ancestors could not. And this time there will be no timely intervention. No final hour of it. Right? You mean Errol the Young is going to come down and pull your biscuits out of the fire? Okay, we are on our own. Okay. Perhaps one day we were foes, and we may be again, but today I see Rohan threatened and I thirst for allies. Well, Nana's a great ally. A little independent, but... Okay, you were called disloyal and changeable in the Hall of Theoden King. Were you? By whom, I wonder? Elven White Ranger? Or Cure. Let's go with White Ranger.
The battlefield of Parth Celebrant may hold some clue to defeating the Kundalar.
Their ancestors were routed by the timely arrival of the Eorlingas, absolutely. Find some strategy to help you defeat the Kundalar. Okay. Bring the map to Serdrick. Okay. Cardick. Yeah, sure. Alright. I'll do that, Horn. But I'm going to do the other thing first. So, okay, let's see. Go out here. So I'm going to go north. Up into the Wailing Hills. Sure, let's do that. Okay, however, it is getting late. Very good. So I am going to sign off now and say goodbye. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for the Signum Webathon starting at noon Eastern Time on twitch.tv/SignumU. We're going to be doing prizes and giveaways all day long and trivia contests and lots and lots of really fun events featuring me taking on Pelargir. I've never seen the epic battle at Pelargir, so I'm going to push my Guardian Wigand through Pelargir tomorrow night. And we'll see how far we get. We'll see how I do. I've never done that battle before. So thanks very much, everybody, for joining me. Stay tuned for Druid's Fire, and I will see you guys, if not tomorrow, then I'll see you guys next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.